treat women how they ought to be treated, not how they wish to be treated. This is a wake-up call to absolute masculinity. Every straight-headed man should listen, and listen good. Let me share a story with you. It's about a man named Chris who has been married for 6 years and counting. His wife Stella is kind, humble, and loving. They have 2 beautiful kids, a boy and a girl. For the first 5 years, their marriage was peaceful and joyful, until one day, things changed. Stella sat Chris down and confessed she'd been battling depression, that she'd even thought about ending her life because she felt Chris didn't love her enough. Chris was shocked. He couldn't understand it. He'd always been romantic, giving her gifts, planning vacations, family outings, and doing everything to make her happy. He prioritized his home, took care of his family, and built a successful business from the ground up. His wife never lacked anything, and his children attended one of the best schools in the city. One day, Stella said she wanted a government job, a structured 9 to 5. Chris tried everything he could, but no luck. So instead, he offered her $2 million to start a business of her own. But she declined. She said, "I'm not business-minded. I prefer a structured job." A few weeks later, a new hotel opened in their neighborhood. Stella applied and was hired, not as a supervisor, but as a front desk receptionist. Chris wasn't entirely comfortable with that. He knew his wife's beauty, charm, and body would draw attention. Still, he kept quiet. He thought to himself, maybe this will help her shake off the depression. She'll feel productive again. After a while, Stella got another job at a college, so she began earning from 2 places. Then, Chris suggested, "You can resign from the hotel now," but she refused. Soon, she became too friendly with several young men at the hotel. They took pictures together, too casually, too often. Chris warned her repeatedly to stop. She didn't listen. One particular boy became her favorite. They exchanged sweet and endearing names in their chats. Chris later found out she was even sending him money. He confronted her. He said, "Delete every message and stop talking to this boy." But she refused, and even dared him, saying, "Don't you ever go through my phone again." Some weeks later, Chris traveled for a business trip. Then he got a call from someone who said, "Your car has been seized by traffic officials." Chris replied, "That can't be. I'm not even in town. My wife is using my car." When he returned home, he asked her, "Who was driving my car that day?" She said, "My younger brother." But Chris knew she was lying. He quietly checked her phone and discovered the truth. It was the same young boy he had warned her about. Chris was furious. He asked, "How could you give my car to a stranger, a small boy? You're a married woman. Why are you disrespecting me like this?" She refused to answer. She stood her ground, bold and unbothered. Chris almost lost his temper, but he held himself. He locked the doors and placed her on house arrest. He called the hotel management to inform them she wouldn't be coming to work. He even reported her behavior to her parents. When they visited, her father scolded her and demanded she apologize to her husband. She did, but Chris felt humiliated. It broke him that his wife only listened when her father intervened. He began withdrawing emotionally from the marriage. From this story, you can see Chris was a responsible man, devoted to his family. So how can a mother of 2 who lacks nothing, whose husband provides everything, claim to be depressed? Is it truly depression, or the craving to be free to explore life outside her home? When he offered her capital to start something meaningful, she refused. But the same woman who claimed to be depressed now finds excitement in entertaining young men at work. And look at how it ends. Disrespect, lies, emotional chaos. Now Chris is paying the price. Can his marriage still be saved? Maybe, but only if he reestablishes order. Advice to men. Number 1 rule: Reclaim control. The wife must stop the hotel job immediately. If she insists, let her go back to her father's house first. And if she goes, don't chase after her. If her father calls, tell him your people will meet his people. Tell him your wife has disgraced you and you no longer feel safe with her. Speak firmly, damn the consequences. Even her college job should be put on hold until order is restored. Let her focus on the home and the children again. Number 2 rule, reassess yourself as a man. If your wife can repeatedly defy you, it means you've shown weakness. And when a woman senses weakness, she loses respect. Stop repeating instructions. Stop begging her to do what's right. That's not love. It's weakness disguised as patience. When you finally take decisive action, even her father will respect you more because he'll see you standing like a man. Number 3 rule, understand leadership and femininity. With women, how you start is how you must continue. If you start weak, she'll never take you seriously. If you start firm and loving, she'll trust your leadership. Remember, women are emotional. Men must be logical. Being overly emotional as a man makes you feminine. Being shrewd, calm, decisive, and self-controlled is masculine. Femininity is malleable. You can shape your woman's growth. But if you keep indulging her wrongs, you'll create a monster you can't control. Treat women how they ought to be treated, not how they wish to be treated. Otherwise, they'll trample on your dignity and crush your masculinity. Practical wisdom. Always stay 5 steps ahead of your woman. Make sure she invests in you, sacrifices for you, and respects your authority. Never marry a woman who lacks shame. She'll disgrace you publicly. Invest in your wife, but never neglect yourself. If she abandons the home on her own, don't beg her to return. The moment you suspect infidelity and she's bold about it, stop eating her food and stop sharing her bed. A wife should know her husband is her leader, and a husband should know leadership doesn't mean abuse. It means direction, clarity, and firmness. Closing words. If you misuse the privilege of leadership God gave you as a man, you'll regret it. But if you lead rightly, with firmness and kindness, you'll enjoy peace in your home. Always give your woman what she needs, not what she wants. Money might buy her attention, but it can't buy her respect. She'll spend your money, but she'll only respect your strength. Listen, you're a husband, you're a father. You deserve to be treated like a king, no matter your profession, mechanic, plumber, banker, or builder. As long as you provide, you are a king in your home. Treat women how they ought to be treated and not how they wish to be treated, because that's how you preserve your dignity, your family, and your masculinity. Cheers.